championship, right? And we've only got 50 guys to go through. So just from a strategy standpoint, it's going to be important to get some low-owned pieces into your builds. Like it's going to be harder to do than it usually is, obviously. We also do have the 5K tiers back. So we're going to have some conversations. And I think we might for this have to I might have to throw in, instead of the under 7K guys, I think we might have to just each make a pick of an under 6K guy if we have to.
Yeah, I think this is what we have to do. Okay, so there's only 50 guys. I don't want to give out 30 guys, right? So right. Let's just give 2 guys each. You know what I mean? In each range, maybe. And if they overlap, that's fine. And then when we'll go through again, we go through our favorites. Well, then we'll just really focus on low-owned stuff, I guess. I don't know. But let's make sure to cap the amount of golfers we give out at maybe 15 or 20.
Well, the only problem with that I have with that is that I don't agree because I'm going to cycle through a bunch of the value guys.
All right. Well, let's see. Let's see how it goes.
Okay.
So let me share my screen. That we could start with.
I'll pull it right up.
And I guess the first thing is that, okay, so it's a no-cut event. So usually the way I like to deal with this is the no-cut events is usually very conducive to stars and scrubs. So I try to play middling, and that's the way it is, I do have just one kind of hoodoo, low price guy that we'll get to that will make stars and scrubs very playable. So again, but no cut events. The reason why it's very conducive to stars and scrubs is you get your scrubs. You guarantee your 4 rounds, honestly. And if you have a bad day of your good guys, I mean they're really great golfers and they'll come back. It's stars and scrubs is usually what you're supposed to do in these no cut events.
Right. And maybe part of the way we could do this is that maybe saying the two guys we like the most, and then the one low-owned guy we might take a shot on or something like that.
Okay, that's fair enough.
That seems like a way I could.
So what do you want to do first? You want to go 10K and up, like all these guys?
Yeah, I think 10K and up makes the most sense. I don't think we need to do the separate 11K. Although we probably should. No, I'm just kidding.
I'll go for that. Okay. So in the 10K and up, I actually do like a couple of guys more than others. So I do, even though he's probably going to be the highest owned, I do like Cantlay the best. I shouldn't say that. I have him at 23% ownership. I have Rahm at 21, Scheffler at 26, Rory at 26 also. So I guess not. I guess he's not any higher on any of these others. So I do like Cantlay the best. And then after that, I really think that, again, what you were saying makes a lot of sense, to just try to go for the low-owned guy. And so for me, Xander rates close enough to these other guys that his 14% or 15% ownership projection is probably enough. So to get me on him. So I would say my top 2 in this 10K range would be Cantlay and Xander.
So that's exactly what I think that I'm going to guess in the higher buy-ins that I think that's what people are going to do more of than people think. I think Cantlay ends up significantly more popular than the other guys personally. That's just my take and my prediction. I like Rahm. I like the 2 guys who got terrible starts last week and then were awesome afterwards. Even though Rahm struggled the whole time, and yet he would have had a chance to freaking win the tournament if he didn't get off to such a horrible start. But Rahm and Victor Hovland would be my 2 favorites, and then my low owned one would be Jordan Spieth, just because of the ownership. All right. 9K guys. I'll go real quickly here because my 2 guys are my 2 favorites are, you know what one of them is always going to be, Sheets, for me. It's Fleetwood and it is Max Homa as my 2 favorites. And my low-owned guy, if I had to pick one, would be, I'm stuck between Sungjae and Hideki, but I'll say Sungjae.
That's pretty cool because for me, I have a clear top choice here, and that would be Tyrrell Hatton, actually.
All right, we're cool. We're on a different page.
Yeah, perfect. So I like Hatton, clearly the top, and then, I mean, honestly, I don't like anybody else in this range at all. I mean,
how do you have Hatton ahead of the top ahead of Fleetwood, man? Fleetwood is the best.
What can I tell you?
All this guy does is top 5 every tournament.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm just messing with you.
The next guy, since we're giving out 2, I will say no. He's not even 9K or 9K and up. I guess Ricky Fowler at 10%. Yeah. So those would be my 2 guys. But basically, this range is dead for me.
Oh, really? Okay, interesting. Because that's that. I think that what happens when you end up with 2 of the top guys, it's going to happen for some people. But you're going to end up more middling. I know you. Like you said, and this is going to be, this range will be the lowest owned range. That's not the low tier. It will be the 8K range. So it's and honestly, I don't love as much here as I do some other places. So I think this is a good spot to maybe take your chances. My 2 favorites, if I had to pick, again, I'm stuck between 3 guys as usual.
I have 3 guys too. I wonder if it's the same 3.
Well, I don't think so, but I have Tom Kim. I have Cam Young, and because maybe they're low enough for me to say, okay, well, I guess this guy might be low enough by the end of the thing. Wyndham Clark would be my third.
So we're not doing this on purpose. Okay.
We don't agree on anything, right?
We didn't talk about this before the slate at all. And then I promised everybody we wouldn't give out 100 golfers. So we said, let's just narrow it down to like 3 or whatever. And I have 3 completely different guys.
I love it. This is great.
So here we go. In the 8Ks, I like, well, one I know you would never play anyway. So Tony Finau.
I would play him.
Okay. He's only 12% this time. That's the difference.
I know. He's cheap.
Russell Henley and Matt Fitzpatrick, who I show at 9.97%. So first guy under 10% that's appeared so far. So
I actually like that Fitz play a lot. I might have to rethink a few things because I do like the Fitz idea at low ownership. I think that I can get behind that one for sure. And we don't need to do the 7,500 for the 7,500 and up. We can just go straight 7K to 8K.
We'll just do 7Ks. Yeah.
Yeah. There's not too many.
I'll go first in this one.
Do it.
So I like 2 guys more than the others. One, they're both going to be, double-digit plus owned for sure. I mean, one guy played a lot. Hashtag St. John's, Keegan Bradley, at 7,100. And actually, I had 3. Sorry. Another guy I'll get to in a second, but the third guy is going to be, I think, really popular. He shows up in all the models. I know that what's his name likes him also from Rotogrind. So I'm pretty sure everybody's going to end up playing him. So this is going to be the guy that I'm going to predict. It's kind of weird to say, but I'm going to project that he projects higher than I'm going to project it. Let's put it that way. So and that would be Benny On. I have him currently at 16% ownership. I think he might get over 20 just because of what I just said. So, but I do like that. But the one who just is literally never done anything for me, and just always seems to miss the cut, whatever it is when I play him. But I'll go right back to Sahith Theegala at under 10% ownership and just take another loss, I guess.
So we're actually very similar here. I have Theegala and Bradley as the 2 guys.
Nice. Okay.
And then my other guy is Taylor Moore.
Okay.
Not the super value, but he is the one. So Moore, Bradley, and Sahith are my 3 favorites in that range.
Okay.
All right. So we have to do, I think, a 6K to 7K, and then we have to do an under 6K.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just pick one guy.
Absolutely.
So what do you have in the 6 to 7K range?
I'll go first in 6 to 7K. So I have several. Okay. At the top of the list for me is Chris Kirk at 6K flat. Second on the list, come as no surprise to anybody, we will have Eric with a C. Cole at 6,300. And I will give one more, and that would be Denny McCarthy at 6,700.
So first of all, this part, this is where we're starting to get closer to lockstep here. Because if I had the 4th guy, it would have been probably Chris Kirk. But I have Eric with a C. Cole.
Yep.
I have Denny McCarthy.
Nice.
And then I think McCarthy might end up being lower owned, but either call McCarthy or Svensson, whichever one you want to call lower owned. I like both those guys a lot. So That's what I would be doing in this range.
And just to add some confidence to the list, if there were a fourth, for me, it would have been Adam Svensson. So
there we go. There we go.
You have it.
All right. So one guy under 6K.
You ready?
Right.
Want me to go first?
Yep.
So I actually have two. Okay.
Well, you're cheating already.
I know. I do have two, but they actually rate really well for me. So that's
okay.
why
I like it.
I will just say that, and this is the way. Listen, this is the way it works with these no-cut events. They usually end up being top point per dollar plays in the slate. But for me, the top overall play on the slate is the lowest priced guy on the slate, and that would be Patrick Rogers, at 5,500. And I actually do like Kurt Kitayama as well. So both of those guys I like. I'm not getting to the other three.
So I was thinking about like, what do you want from this range? What are you trying to get? Like, what kind of thing will you accomplish? So I'm looking for guys who can put up scores. And I think that like, it's not that he's my favorite. I think if I had to pick a favorite just to like, do well enough to hang in there on your list, I think I might even go Nick Taylor. But my actual guy is going to be Tom Hoge, because you get that every now and then round out of him where he ends up putting up a huge number. And even if he doesn't end up in the top, let's say top 20 or 25 in this tournament, he can still end up with a top 15 score. So that was the way I looked at it. I liked your Kitayama call a lot, and I like Patrick Rogers, but Hoge is the guy I'm probably siding with the most here. Maybe I'll change my mind later, but as of right now, that's what I've got. All right, let's talk about let's play the game here, Sheets. What are we doing?
It's like annoying because it doesn't really matter who wins the tournament, right? But I guess it does. They get paid a lot to win this tournament, right?
They still get paid to win the tournament. And for some guy, like look at Lucas Glover last week. I mean, he moved up to 4th in the FedEx Cup standings, and he was 2 weeks ago, he was 126th. After winning the tournament, he ended up, what was he in, like 60th place or whatever the hell it was. And then he wins a tournament and he's in 4th. And Cantlay comes in second. Cantlay comes in second, and he's in second place now in the FedEx Cup standings. It's such a weird way of measuring things. So it does matter to these guys.
All right. Okay, I'll go first. All right. Who's winning? Guy who doesn't seem to have won in a while, but I'm just going to throw him in there. I'll say John Rahm.
That's my guy. That's what I was going to pick too.
Okay.
But because you're going to pick him, I am going to say, look, I'm going to say, I honestly don't know what to do. Maybe I just stick the same thing. I like the idea of Rahm the most. He's my favorite, but I'm going to just say, because I do get to pick another name, I guess I'm going to go with my other guy, that Victor Hovland wins this one.
Who under, 10K to make top 5?
Under 10K to top 5 is going to be Tommy Fleetwood.
And for me, it will be Tyrrell Hatton.
Okay.
Under 9K to make top 10. I guess I'll go first with this one. Who did I say? Oh, one of these two, right? I'll go Tony Finau.
It's not a bad one. Top 10 shouldn't be crazy hard. Interestingly, the more I look through this range, I'm starting to like it less and less. I guess if I have to pick a top 10 guy, I'm gonna go Tom Kim.
Okay. Yeah. All right, top guy under 8K to make top 20. There's a lot of guys here.
Yeah.
Not to give out a guy just because we haven't, but who's been playing really well is Grillo.
He really has, and it's almost like I'm almost questioning myself for not playing him. But
yeah,
right now I don't.
I play Thigala to make top 10, but like not 20.
Right.
I'll go with Keegan Bradley.
That's how I feel about Taylor Moore, by the way. Keegan Bradley was going to be my pick. But since you mentioned it, the Thigala thing, I think I'm going to take him slightly over Moore. I think Moore has a better chance to top 5 than Thigala does. And I think Thigala has a better chance to top 20.
All right, so how about this? We're going to do this. For the unders, for under 7Ks, okay, including the under 6s, whatever. Give me 2 guys that are going to show up in the winning lineup. How about that?
Okay.
I don't know what you need. You know what I mean? Like you were saying, I don't know what you need. Like normally, for under 7K, we just need to make the cut, but that's not what you need here. So how about give me 2 guys under 7K that are going to be in the winning lineup in the GPP?
If it goes that way. Okay. So I'm going to say Eric with a C. Cole.
Mm-hmm.
It just feels like too easy to say that guy's name every time.
He just does it every time, though.
Yeah, I know. And I love the other guy. I love one other guy here who I'm not mentioning, but I'm going to say Adam Svensson is the other one.
All right, so I'm going to throw in another guy that I didn't mention for the purposes of this. I am going to go with. I will dumpster dive to Patrick Rogers, and in the winning lineup, and then also I'll just throw in the other 6K guy I didn't mention, just because I'm still on tilt for not having played the 60% of them I was going to play before I did my last minute build, and I will go back to Lee Hodges at 6,100.
Oh, interesting. Okay. All right. So there you have it. That's what we got for this week.
We're gonna be doing a live baseball stream like later, and I'm gonna do a live lineup build on there from this event. So
sounds good. We've got we'll have the late night hammer game going, is because it's a little gap between the Dodger game tonight.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, have a little time to talk some golf.
We get our brewer stacks going.
Yeah. Good luck tonight, and let's crush it. See you guys soon.